Hey, this is Phil and Josh from Dying.
And you're listening to UltimRadio.
Salut, salut, c'est Benoît encore pour UltimRadio et je suis avec Josh et Phil de Dying. Le groupe va faire sa prestation un petit peu plus tard dans la soirée dans le cadre du festival Envolé Macadam, la dernière journée, on est samedi. Alors, thanks for your time, guys, and let's start this right away. You guys are Californians, and coming up here, is the weather a big change for you, or you're used to, you know?
We're definitely not used to this, but it's not so bad. I mean, just from traveling throughout the world, for 10 years or 8 years now for me, and 5 years for Josh, we've definitely experienced some rough weather, but
there's still some babies complaining though, like throughout the band. Yeah. Not gonna name any names, but there's people just be like, "Oh, I'm so cold."
Yeah, I mean it's cold, but we'll get through it.
You're getting used to like some harsh winters and stuff.
Yeah, we've been in Finland in November before.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's no snow, so this is not so bad.
As long as there's no snow, we're good.
Cool. Your band has remained constantly true with your sound and your dedication to your fans, but you remain true also with your very aggressive melodic sound. But you still managed to gain some new fans and have a bigger fan base over the years. Nice. What's your secret?
I think you just have to, keep
tour a lot.
Got to keep momentum. We've been putting records out pretty consistently, and we follow that up with lots of touring and internationally, and then we try not to over tour certain areas as well, but you always want to want the fans to want more, want to see you again.
You gotta take some time for writing and composing.
Yeah, so
okay. Cool. How does it feel for you guys to land on the Billboard?
It's definitely kind of mind blowing because you see your name beside Nickelback. I know you guys love them up here, but no. But names like Nickelback and Lady Gaga are also in the top 10, so it's really cool, and I think it's good to know that there's still metal fans out there that will go out and buy a record and not just pirate it online. So it's cool to be able to have that, I think.
Yeah, and also the big success of downloading online and paying for it like iTunes. Yeah, I think it really helps your band a lot because some people just don't want to buy some CDs, but they're going to buy the album online. So I guess I think those sales can help you guys a lot. Was there ever a time you wanted to try some diversity with your sound?
I think we kind of have, since if you listen to Frailward's Collapse, I think throughout the years the songwriting has kind of changed here and there, but we've always kind of maintained our general sound, but we're always trying to add things here and there, but not go way too far off the deep end with stuff. But I mean, I'm sure if you heard some of our demos that don't make the album, you'd probably be like, wow, that's really different. But
it's not the same. We'll try something new.
Yeah, but we're always thinking about new ideas and how we can expand. So
you guys have a new compilation out called Decus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yes.
Okay, Decus. And there's a new song called Paralyzed. And it's a new song that's an indication of is this song a new indication of the band of where the band is going to go for the next album?
I mean, I think that song, it could have fit in on the Powerless Rise, but it was one of the last songs we recorded, and I think we wanted to save it because it was almost like it didn't necessarily fit in the sequence of Powerless Rise, so we thought we'd save it for a later release. And I think that song, it's kind of a good mix of everything. Like it has the kind of the brutal type groove sections, but then it has a super 80s type solo section, and the As Dying kind of chorus.
So are you guys working on a successor for the Powerless Rise?
That's the goal for this upcoming starting 2012. We're going to start writing for the new album.
Cool. So you get are you gonna start writing, or you already have a few ideas?
I think everyone's got their several guitar ideas and general stuff here and there. Cool. But yeah.
What's the writing process like for your band? You ever write on tour?
I think, yeah. I mean, yeah. we tour so much. We tour so much, so we kind of have to at times. But I guess, Josh and I, since Josh joined, we've probably been two biggest contributors musically, and then Nick is definitely more of the shredder guy that'll come in and make a solo section just come to life, and then Tim will focus mostly on vocal. I mean, all vocals with Josh. Yeah. But it's everyone kind of gets their ideas together on their own, and then we meet up and just kind of hash it out, like what we want to focus on, what's a priority, and it generally takes about 3 to 4 months together of getting everything solid.
And you guys like brainstorm a few times, like getting some ideas like on the fly, and then say, okay, that's good, I'm gonna keep it. Or... Yeah,
what we do usually is each member, everybody, pretty much at some point will get a guitar riff and like get on their laptop and maybe put a drum machine to it just to say what they're thinking the drums might sound like, and that's how the initial ideas get out, and then we send those to each other through email, and everybody kind of decides which ones sound the most promising, and when we get together to practice, that's when we go through those ideas and see if we can build on them.
Excellent. Can you please clarify the term Christian music that you associate?
Oh man,
I'll stay out of this one.
Okay, I'll make it quick.
Cool.
The band, we all have our beliefs and stuff, and I think that might affect our lives, but as far as like the actual music writing, like you can't write a Christian guitar riff, you can't write a Christian like melody. It's a melody, it's a guitar riff, and that's it, and maybe Tim is a Christian and his lyrics will come across from a Christian perspective, which I guess that's where the line is drawn, where people would declare us a Christian band. But I think, like, as far as musically speaking, we're just trying to write the best songs, and it doesn't have anything to do with our beliefs.
Cool, excellent. Okay, what's in store for As I Lay Dying in the future?
Writing a new album, early 2012. Actually, before then, we're going to go over to Europe and do some shows with Amon Amarth and Septic Flesh. That'll be about a 6-week long. It's split up into 2 runs, but about 6 weeks long for us. And then we go into the studio, or go into writing beginning next year, and then record probably in March, and then start the whole cycle over again. Just get out and do European festivals.
Very busy.
Yeah. So.
Hopefully do some summer festivals in the States next year and Canada. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back up in Canada for a full tour at some point. Hopefully next year, if not the year after.
Cool. We all know that As I Lay Dying is a band that's known and appreciated by people of Montreal and from Quebec. And you've been there a few times, and last time in 2010 for an interview, and we asked the fans to a few questions on our Facebook page. So we have JP from Quebec. He's asking, was there ever a challenge when you were recording your latest album, production-wise or musically-wise?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a challenge. I mean, we challenge ourselves the most, just wanting to make everything perfect, and usually, we're working with a deadline and time constraints, so there's always like this pressure of like, are we going to be able to finish? Do we have to book more studio time? Our album took twice as long to mix, and we had to go on tour in the final phases of mixing. So
we're like downloading emails approving the final mixes from Colin. When we're in Australia, right?
Yeah.
And we're like stressful.
We're like 9 hours behind, so we get a file and then email back our notes and everything, and they're asleep. So then it's just different schedules, and
because of the time zones, you get like almost a day of waiting.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably the toughest part, is just meeting the deadlines, because the label's already starting to get everything ready for the release for the album. So they
had to start pressing the artwork way before the actual CD inside of it was pressed, because of how late the mixing was. Everyone was kind of getting nervous at the label, making sure we're going to deliver the record in time to be pressed.
Yeah.
it all happened. So
Yeah.
It happens pretty much quickly.
Yeah.
There's another fan who you signed this sheet, Geneviève from Montreal. She's asking what type of festivals you wish to participate in the near future, or if you have done some fests that you always dreamed of.
Wakken's one of the sweet one.
Wacken in Germany, yeah, that's always pretty big. That's on our DVD. This is who we are. I think it'd be cool. I mean, Pukal Pop. We were there last year when the whole storm came through, but it really sucked because we were looking forward to playing there again, and hopefully we'll get back there once they get everything up and running. Hopefully this next year. Reading and Leeds would be cool in the UK. They don't really do heavy metal bands, but the ones that do get to play, there's just a sea of people and. Some stuff like that.
You guys still, you guys have time to go to shows?
Yeah.
Even with your busy schedule, like it's ginormous. I mean, recording, touring, and stuff. And
I mean, we're usually when we are home. Like this year, we've been home a little more than we were last year because that was when the record came out. So it's just like tour. But this year, we've had a few months off, like a month or two off, where we were at home, and. We were able to go to local shows in San Diego and Los Angeles and stuff.
For me to want to go to a show at home, it's got to be like a really good, worthwhile show, because sometimes the whole process of just
it's got to be like money. It's your money, get your money's worth.
Yeah, I mean when I'm home, I like being home and just kind of forget everything, the whole tour, show side of things. But I mean when there's a good show coming through, it's like I'm definitely going to that.
Cool.
So.
I understand that. And what was the last show you guys saw?
Not very metal, but day before yesterday I saw Jimmy Eat World. They did a 10-year anniversary of their Bleed American album. Mm-hmm. And they're like one of the rock bands I really liked, so I went and saw that in Los Angeles. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I saw Down a few weeks back.
Oh.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty entertaining band.
Mm-hmm.
Had to one-up me, didn't you?
That's why I let you go first.
I saw Slayer.
Yeah.
Well, thanks you guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And have a good show.
Thank you. It'll be a cold one.
C'était Benoît avec Josh et Phil de As I Lay Dying pour UltimRadio.com.